Republican Brad Schimel, who now, by the way, is a judge is down in, I think, Waukesha County, is the Republican, the conservative candidate for the Wisconsin State Supreme Court coming up in April. He went on Vicki McKenna's show, conservative right-wing talk radio, on Thursday and defended the January 6th insurrectionists, those who have been found guilty in a court of law, a court that he now wants to sit on, or at least the Wisconsin Supreme Court version of it, and insinuated that what they did in D.C. was completely not kosher. And again, I've tangentially gone up against this guy. It's not about me, but the quick story is when I witnessed the Wisconsin State Senate Republicans, my boss was the exception and a couple of others, try to get through these bills that were signed into law by Walker to suppress voting rights. It's why I left the Republican Party. Fast forward, I ended up as the lead witness in a trial of which Josh Call, who was only an attorney then, not attorney general, was leading the charge, called me as the first witness. And Brad Schimel, then attorney general, sent one of his minions. And the guy gets up before the Judge Peterson, federal judge, and says, Your Honor, our understanding is Mr. Allbaugh isn't even going to name names. It's all hearsay. I got on the stand and I named all the senators' names that I heard trying to suppress voting rights. They turned white, honestly. And the only thing they cross-examined, Schimel was sitting behind him, and he looked like he was stunned. Obviously, he had not done his homework and got bad information. And the only cross-examination question they gave me to my testimony under oath was, can you remember the exact day this happened? I said, well, if I go back and look at my calendar, I could give it to you, but I think it was whatever the month was. The guy's arrogant. He doesn't do his homework. And even worse, he is now defending January 6th insurrectionists. This from from the United States, U.S. Attorney General's office. A Wisconsin man pleaded guilty today. By the way, this is from September of 2023. A Wisconsin man pleaded guilty today to a felony charge. Pleaded guilty. He was not, quote unquote, done in by some quote unquote liberal court. This guy pleaded guilty to federal charges related to his actions during the breach of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Riley D. Casper, 24, of Pulaski, Wisconsin, pleaded guilty in district court in the District of Columbia to felony offense of assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees. According to court documents, on January 6, 2021, starting at approximately 1:50 in the afternoon, Casper sprayed an aerosol canister of what is believed to be pepper spray toward law enforcement officers attempting to secure the building and Capitol grounds. That day, Casper also communicated on social media with other individuals, declaring, among other things, and remember, this is him saying this, quote, I pepper sprayed 3 cops so badly they got undressed and went home. As you can see in that video, it was my group that busted the first gate and kept chasing the cops down and pushing them back at the Capitol, unquote. Riley D. Casper, 24, of Pulaski, Wisconsin, who pleaded guilty to that charge. He said that. And Brad Schimel has the audacity to say that that guy is innocent, that guy got a raw deal, to defend that guy, and has the audacity to say crap like, oh, I backed the blue. And don't take it from me. This is a Capitol police officer we had on, Harry Dunn. This is what he has to say about this.
We can have those discussions later, but this is about what's right and wrong. Y'all watched on TV, y'all watched on live broadcast, people beating the crap out of police officers on behalf of the former president. But that's not speculation. That's not the left grandstanding. That is what happened. The people that were there on January 6th said that they were there because the former president told them to come there. They were there with the intentions of stopping the steal and stopping the certification of the election. I don't understand, just because, it makes your leader look bad, how can you downplay, deny that truth? Like that, I hate the whataboutisms, and they don't understand how two things can be true. Sure, you want to win the presidency, you can be want to be conservative and you want to take away Roe v. Wade, that's fine. Like, I have my own opinions about that. But when it comes down to what happened that day, those people were sent to the Capitol by the former president to attack it and
Harry
to stop
Dunn.
the delay.
Harry Dunn, Capitol Police officer, former Capitol Police officer who was on our program back in June. And Brad Schimel doesn't want to defend him. He wants to defend guys like Riley Casper of Pulaski, Wisconsin, who admitted that they pepper sprayed with bear spray 3 of our cops, our men and women in uniform. And he has the audacity to say he wants to run now for Supreme Court to be a guy of the law, rule of law. 855-752-4842, 855-752-4842. Gary in Sussex was first. Gary, I'm sorry, we're up against the clock. If you can make it quick, go ahead, Gary.
I can. I was watching Fox yesterday morning, and there was a guy on there that is facing 5 years in prison for the word impeding. He said that the cop said that he was among the crowd and he was impeding, and every single person that was there, 100,000, were impeding. So they just picked him, and out of the 1,600 people that they arrested, and he's facing 5 years in prison. Never went into the building, never hit anybody.
Okay, I'll give you, you know what, just to make, because I'm up against the clock, I'll give you that one. But agree or disagree,
okay,
this guy, Casper, 24 Pulaski, and guys like him, guys who like him, who pepper sprayed cops, do you think Schimel should be defending him?
No.
Thank you.
I believe that
that's right there.
Smashed windows.
That's right.
And broke the law and pepper sprayed. No, he shouldn't.
You and I on that point
should be thrown in prison.
See, perfect. That's reasonable, Gary. That's reasonable. And I think voters in Wisconsin, even people who voted for Donald Trump, agree with Gary and me that people who attack cops should go to jail. And the fact that Brad Schimel doesn't think that is disqualifying for Wisconsin Supreme Court.